Hey everyone, today we got the round 9 review for SuperCoach. Obviously it's Friday, so late in the week, but better late than never. So if we get into it quickly, 2,117, not a good week. Honestly, I'm not really sure what's going on with the team. It's alarming, but yeah, 50,356 round rank, 23,009. And this is this part of the season where you really try to get an intricate introspection into where you will be ranked for the season. And we are not going well, so we got a ton of work to do. But yeah, it's not looking good at the moment, but I'm sure that I can turn it around. At least I'm keeping it optimistic. Yeah. But anyway, going into the games from last week. Stewart against St Kilda. Yeah, played well, bounce back game from the week before where he did not score well, like 70 or 80 or something. So yeah, good to see him bounce back there. Jane Short against Hawthorn. Didn't have the same impact he had in previous weeks. But yeah, playing in the midfield, that's alright though. He didn't play as much in the midfield, but yeah, 88 is not the worst, so not too disappointed there. Crisp 100. Yeah, that's still pretty solid, you know. He's got that season average of 105 now, so pretty pleased with that. After a bit of a rocky start, he's definitely pulled it together. He's putting together a pretty nice season. And yeah, he should play this week, even though he's got some illness or something. Hewitt, 121. Yeah, played well. Didn't seem like a 121 game. I reckon maybe 90 or 100, but obviously you definitely take it against GWS there. So yeah, that's good to see from him. Jordan Ridley is one that I'm very pleased about. Obviously held the faith with him, kept him through that injury week or illness week. And yeah, he's bumped out scores of 115 and 113 in his last two. So yeah, good average now for the last 2 weeks, and he's getting the season average up. I think he can definitely average over 100 now for the rest of the season, and maybe overall even for the season, be over 100 for the average, and maybe even a potential trade target if he wanted to. Dacos 69. Yeah, average-ish game from him. I think it's probably his time to go from the team this week, so I think we'll do that. And so yeah, Conning 69 as well. Got that average up to 61.5 now, so that's pretty good. 310k, so he's making quite a decent bit of cash. I think we'll keep him for this one more week, and then we'll probably trade him out next week. Yeah, so it should be definitely like 320, maybe even 330k. So that'd be great. Yeah, cash trade out there. Hinge did drop 8k back to 270, 55. Hasn't been the same since he came back last week from what he was doing like the first 5-6 rounds. Yeah, and so yeah, he's going to go as a result this week. We don't want him dropping too much more cash, so yeah. Neil, 115, yeah, did put the captaincy on him, obviously taking a bit of a risk after that McRae 117. That was a bit below the threshold I would have gone. I reckon maybe 120, 125 is what I would have kept, but yeah, a bit below that, so took the Neil option, only 2 points in the end, so 4 points doubled, so not that big a deal. Yeah, it was a bit tentative watching that game against Adelaide to see Neil. I think he was going well in the first half, and then he just slowed down a bit. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Oliver 99. Yeah, thought he might go definitely a bit better against West Coast. Obviously being a weaker team, but 99 isn't necessarily the worst in the world. It is probably 20 points below what you'd want from him, being that premium midfielder. But I mean, yeah, not going to complain too much there, you know. Miller at 130 played well against Fremantle. The team, Gold Coast actually going pretty well now, so yeah, that should help the team definitely from a scoring perspective. The team's going to get more points, and yeah, as a result, Miller the last 2 weeks, yeah, has been scoring really well from what he was doing like the 2 weeks before that. McRae 117 could not back up that 140 score. I think he scored week 4. But yeah, that's all right. 117 isn't again the worst in the world. Probably want another 10 points on him for what he's averaging, but it's all right. Cripps 83, probably his worst game of the season. Obviously, besides that game where he got injured. Yeah, didn't have as much of an effect on the game. Seemed like he and Tom Green were going head to head for a lot of the game. But yeah, just Cripps didn't get as much contested ball. Wasn't breaking through packs as much as he was through the other games that he's played. So, you know, can kind of expect that there to get a bit of a lower score. Not too mad. 120 average with like a 30 game there. So, he's still going real well. Steele, he obviously got injured in this game. Didn't play too well besides that. Obviously, was playing injured. And so, yeah, as a result, we're going to have to obviously trade him out this week, which is extremely disappointing. We traded him for like 650, 660k 2 weeks ago. He's dropped all that money, and he's averaged 74.5 for us. So, yeah, not good. Carroll, he put out his worst game of the season at 28, and we fielded it, so that just very much hurt us. But that's all right, I guess. He should still play this week, I think. Yeah, because he's been named, so yeah. Hamilton, he got dropped amazingly. Mark McVeigh has not started off on a good foot there, I don't think. But because he was good last week. Yeah, he was definitely getting the ball a little bit. I think he intercepted a little bit. And yeah, provided not a ton, but a little bit of dash. So yeah, and I'm actually a bit infuriated by the fact that he got dropped. But that's alright, I guess. We'll have to bench him this week then. McDonald, I believe he was sub. It came on for a 30. So I mean, yeah, that's not too bad. But yeah. I think he got rest. He's getting rested again this week or something. So yeah. McComb 41. He is going to play again this week, so that's good. We'll have to field him. I did have the option of looping him on last week, but obviously 41 didn't choose to take it, so he just stayed on the bench. So there you go, 61. It's actually a pretty good score. I was watching this game and I didn't actually think he played that well, but yeah, 61 is not too bad. So yeah, his first game since like round 2, so good to see him back out there. Gorn 73. So 2 bad scores in a row for Gorn. Against West Coast as well, so you would have thought that he would have had a good matchup there. But yeah, Bruce does have that matchup against West Coast this week. So maybe their ruck matchup isn't actually as good as you'd think for SuperCoach scoring wise. But yeah, Braden Bruce against Carlton, he just did whatever he wanted. He just dominated. He was insane in this game. 120, I think he was on maybe 70 or 80 at halftime. So yeah, he started down a little bit, but that's fine. He's just going so well. And yeah, he does definitely look like he's the R2 at this point, so no point of trading him out. Unless maybe Tim English, but you can put him in the forward line anyway. So, yeah. Hayes, 55, against North. They still have Todd Goldstein, so it's not that easy of a matchup necessarily. But, you want a bit more than 55, maybe towards that 75 average. But he's only on the bench, so it doesn't matter too much. Hopefully he just makes up some more cash. And then we'll probably trade him out next week. Dunkley, 118. Good bounce back game from him from that, I think, sub-ton last week. So yeah, good to see there. Not too much to say. Just played a pretty usual game. Played well in that first quarter where he kicked 2 goals. But yeah, Heaney, just playing so much forward. It is very frustrating, obviously. You look back at the start of the season when I didn't have him for like the first 5-6 rounds, he averaged like 120. And now for my team, I think he's averaged like 90 or 95. So yeah, it's pretty bad, but, what can you do, I think he is still top 6 forward, so you kind of got to have him. Cornelia, 37, so not good. I think Mark McVeigh might put him into a bit more of a midfield role. I think that's what's been rumoured, at least, so we'll see, obviously. But, yeah, obviously he's dipped off the past few weeks, so hopefully he can get back to that 95-100 mark. Probably for the rest of the season. I don't know if we'll keep him for the rest of the season, but probably at least for the next 4 or 5 rounds we will. Or at least 3. So, yeah. Butters, 104. Good that we kept him, obviously. We couldn't really trade him out anyway. We had other issues and pay people to upgrade. But yeah, took advantage of that North Melbourne matchup and turned up. So that's good to see. Cameron, 90. That was good against Western Bulldogs. Took advantage. I think he was up against Jordan Sweet. So, yeah, took advantage there. I think he was on maybe 60 at halftime, 70. So, yeah. He also slowed... Actually, no, he's on like 60 or 70 at 3/4 time. I think he had the second quarter, which he scored 8 points. But otherwise, besides that, he played a really good game. Good to see. Didn't go the hundreds that he did past 2 weeks, but 90, you can't complain. If I can get a 90 average out of him before I trade him out, probably maybe around round 15-ish, I'd be pretty happy with that. So, yeah. And Martin, 59. Worst game he's put out in a while, so, not too good there. But overall for the season, he's been great. So... we'll probably, I think, we'll keep him this week and then we'll trade him out a bit later. So going to the forward bench, so Dearden, 76, he's been great. Obviously got the Rising Star nomination. So, 239k, basically 240k now. I think I'll probably trade him out next week, but he should definitely be like 250, 260k. So you think about where he was like 2-3 weeks ago, he's definitely got up a lot in cash. And yeah, he's actually been a really good selection at this point in the season. So I'm actually really happy how he's going. Roses to round out the team. 58, bounce back score from the week before. His cash in is obviously not going to be that good for the next few weeks, given that like 18 score he had. But 58 is actually pretty decent. So, yeah, not too mad there. So that's good. And then, yeah, getting into the trades. So, obviously, I think, as I said, Dacos is out. Steele with the injury is out. And Mitch Hinge is out. So, we're actually going to try to go 2 premiums in here. Obviously, one to replace Steele and one for another upgrade. So, the man we selected to replace Jack Steele is a guy that I think will get forward status, hopefully in like 2 rounds, Bont. Okay, so if we look at him, actually I want to do this. If we look at his stats, so to this point in the season, he's averaged about 110. But usually around the midpoint of the season, from what I've seen in previous years, he has like maybe an 8 to 10 round stretch where he just goes berserk, goes like 130, 140. Like this year necessarily, I don't think he'll go that well, but I think he'll definitely have like a 120, 125 point stretch. Well, yeah, he'll definitely up his average. And I think he'll end the season with probably around a 115, 116 average. So I think, yeah, he'll probably go like 120, 125 in the next 10 rounds. So I want him definitely there. And yeah, he should be a forward, even if he's not as a midfielder. If he's going 120, 125, you're definitely taking that. And then to round out the defense premiums, we're actually going with Doherty, Sam Doherty, who has been really good this year. Very surprising to myself. Because, yeah, I didn't think that he'd be able to get back to this level. But, yeah, credit to him, obviously, he has. And, yeah, you can see not many people started off with him. But, yeah, obviously his population, his percentage in teams is growing. And, yeah, only dipped below the 100 twice. They're not even that bad scores. And, yeah, he's put out some massive scores, especially towards the start of the season. And, yeah, even recently, 115, 108. Yeah, it's really good scoring. And so, yeah, so he should be good for the rest of the season. And, yeah, I'm definitely happy to pick him. So, even if we look at his stats, most of his games have been over 25, 30 touches, which is really good. And, yeah, it shows his consistency, definitely, across it. And, yeah, even marks, very high. 10 marks the last 2 weeks. So, yeah, getting a lot of ball back there, kicked him, which is really good. And then defense, we're going to go with a rookie, obviously. Only got the 142k in the bank. And we're actually going to go with young Buku Karmas, once I get him. There he is. So, he's obviously played, pretty well the last 2 weeks. Really showed that he's a great asset for that Bulldogs team. And, yeah, he should continue to play, definitely, I would say, for at least the next 5-6 rounds. And, yeah, get up to maybe 240, 250k. I'm not even sure if we really need another rookie for cash gen, because we've only really got 1, 2, 3 spots left to upgrade at this point. So that's really like 9 rookies. We'll probably use Martin, Rose, Dearden, Hayes, Carroll, maybe not Hamilton if he doesn't play, DeConning. Actually, we might need him. We need 3 more besides that. Maybe Saligo, McComb, and McDonald if he can. We'll see. Yeah, whoever is the most price, or has gone up the most, whatever. But yeah. And then captaincy-wise this week, looking at it, no one's got really an outstanding matchup besides Clayton Oliver. So we're going to go captaincy into him because tonight, Friday night, we're going vice captaincy on Patrick Cripps. We're hoping for a bounce back game from him against Sydney, who we're actually a tough midfield to go up against, especially for Essendon last week. Darcy Parish, I know, didn't go too well. I think he still turned up, but he didn't go that high. But I think Patrick Cripps can go 130, 140. I reckon definitely. It is at Marvel Stadium as well. So, yeah, Cripps goes well there. So, that should be good. And otherwise, for the team lining up this week, I think we'll basically be like this. Only things is probably Hamilton. Obviously, he is not playing. So, McComb goes on for him. DeConning, who to put the emergency on? Probably keep it as Buku, to be honest. Shouldn't matter too much either way. And we'll take the emergency off him. He's not playing. So we'll put on Saligo. Yeah. So loop-wise, should be fine. McDonald's not playing. Neither is Hamilton. And they're both playing on Sunday. Well, the games are on Sunday. So that should be fine. And so, that's basically the team this week. I think, next week we'll try to fill up a midfield spot. I am looking at like a Rory Laird, Darcy Parish. Maybe those are the 2 that fill out the team. And if Bont goes forward, if he gets forward status, then we'll obviously look at putting in another midfielder as well. And so, so I think really the defense is set if you look at this point. Ridley, I think I'm pretty happy with him. Maybe if he does go back down to like an 85-90, then we'll have to obviously look at trading him out. But for now, if he keeps going well, we'll definitely keep him in the team. Two blues in defence, which is alright. I've also got another blue in Paddy Cripps. Most Cullen premiums I've had in a while, to be honest. 3 in the team, but they are going well, so it makes sense. Also got 3 Bulldogs premiums, but they've always been good scoring team. So yeah, even like Braden Preuss, to be honest, is a good captaincy matchup. But I mean, as I said before, Gorn, you would have thought had a good captaincy matchup also against West Coast last week, but he didn't score that well. So it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. But maybe, I mean, obviously new coach now, but I don't think that really affects Braden Preuss too much. Hopefully it does affect Cornelia and he can bounce back though. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks for watching.